Early this morning, at about 20 minutes past midnight, two of our officers were attempting to. Oops.
Got a glitch on that.
What'd you do?
I think I touched one. Okay. So,
Am I rolling now?
yep, you're rolling.
All right.
So,
We could start from the top?
Yep.
All right. David Rohowitz, Rohowits, Lieutenant, San Diego Police Department. At about 20 minutes past midnight, two of our officers, working in a uniformed assignment, obviously, tried to stop a vehicle in the Barrio Logan area up on Boston Avenue for a minor traffic infraction. The vehicle, which is behind where we're standing right now, is a mid-90s Lexus. The vehicle did not come back stolen, and we didn't believe it was stolen. The officers just wanted to make a simple traffic stop for a traffic infraction. However, the driver had other ideas. The driver took off at a high rate of speed. He went southbound on Interstate 5 from Boston Avenue and led police on what we believe was about a 20-minute pursuit. He went down Interstate 5 down into South San Diego, came across another freeway, came back up Interstate 805, and ultimately exited the freeway in the city of Chula Vista. The speeds at this point really weren't excessive. He just wasn't going to stop for the officers. Where we are right now is in the 500 block of Arizona Street in Chula Vista. This is a cul-de-sac. The driver turned down this street, got to the end of the cul-de-sac. There were several San Diego police cars here and prepared to stop him. He came up onto the sidewalk, and as the officers were trying to get out of the way, instead of taking an avenue of escape, he rammed into the one police car that's behind me that was parked in the driveway of this address in the 500 block Arizona Street. Obviously, the crash disabled his car, disabled our police canine officer's car. He got out of the car and was subdued on the ground. He was making statements at the time to the officers that just kill him or just kill me, and he was showing signs of obvious drug intoxication. He was safely taken into custody based on injuries from the broken glass in the windows of his car. He was taken by ambulance to a local hospital with non-life-threatening wounds. At this point, he's going to be because of the intentional nature of him ramming the police car and with a police officer and a police canine in it, he's going to be charged for assault with a deadly weapon, the vehicle being the deadly weapon, and he's also going to face drug and evasion charges.
Okay. You mentioned the glass and the broken. How did that happen? Did he break that? Did he cut himself? I happened to notice a little blood there on the ground.
Yeah, he did. Obviously, the glass was broken as a result of the impact with the police car. And when he went to get out of the car, he was not complying with the officers. The officers had to physically restrain him. As they physically restrained him, he ended up getting a few incidental cuts as a result of the broken glass from the window of his car.
Any idea what could have started this whole thing, the chase to begin? I mean, what precipitated something like this?
Well, we believe he's under the influence of drugs right now, and he is going to be charged with being under the influence of drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. It appears, based on the influence, that this may very likely have been precipitated by his drug influence and having effects from that particular, having that substance in his body.
Mm-hmm. And whatnot in his car as well.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. Any other details? Anything?
No, this is a classic case of someone who did not want to stop for the police officers. Obviously, it's much easier to stop and yield. We have a lot of police officers, obviously, who are working. We are committed to stopping vehicles that commit traffic violations. This may have ended up as nothing more than a traffic citation had he just pulled over and complied when the officers initially stopped him. And so obviously, this is a situation that could have altogether been avoided. Thankfully, other than the injuries that were sustained by the glass, there were no other injuries. There were no other associated accidents with it because the traffic at the time was light. And so we ask people to just follow the rules of the road. And if a police officer gets behind you with red lights and a siren, it's important to pull over.
Any kind of monetary damage value?
It's going. The damage, he is the registered owner of the car, so there's obviously damage to his car and obviously damage to the police car. and I can't put a dollar figure on it, but there was no injury to homes or other parked vehicles or anything like that. And so in that regard, it was a very successful ending to this pursuit.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time, Lieutenant.
You're quite welcome.
Bye-bye.